Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of NuStrength Sugar Babes. And on this show, we are all about helping women build a body they love and free them from crappy, restrictive diets. And the problem that we see in the fitness industry is that they sell women quick fix, low calorie diets that trap them in these cycles of binge eating. And they end up just destroying the body they have, rather than eating real food and building a body that they actually love. So today we have got the lovely Andrea. And Andrea has been with us, she's like one of the originals. She was like the tester, the beta tester, the test dummy. And she's really awesome. She had come from a background of she actually lost a lot of weight, which is awesome, but did it in a really unhealthy way and literally starved herself. So she was able to come into the program and she really let go of old beliefs, although it was a little bit hard at the start to try and get her to eat more food, but she eventually came around and now she's eating 2,200 calories and she's really strong. She deadlifted some stupid amount of weight for some stupid amount of reps the other day when she came into the gym, and she's really consistent, which means that she gets results. So Andrea, can you please talk to the viewers about where you were prior to starting the program and how it affected your life and how you felt?
Well, like you said, yes, I lost a lot of weight in a really short 10-month period from purely eating a minimum of, only eating 1,200 calories and tracking that and doing that for 10 months and doing a ridiculous amount of cardio. Probably, I think, it didn't sound like a lot at the time, but when you say it out loud, I was probably doing it 6 days a week. And yes, I did achieve my goal. However, I created a lot of issues from doing that, and just digestion issues. And I guess from when I reached that goal, I kind of had from January to when I started in August, a period of, binge eating, essentially, because I was restricting my diet to 1,200 and I was hungry. So then I was training and I was starving. So then I was binge eating and trying to then smash yourself with cardio, and just that cycle of doing that just to maintain, I guess, what I had lost the year before. But just didn't feel was bloated, super gassy, and eating kangaroo every day for lunchtime, for dinner. It wasn't great. And I think in hindsight, I didn't really realize how crappy my mood was until I started the WInAtLife in August and started eating more. And even my husband made a comment that, I was pretty angry that year.
Everyone's angry when they're hungry.
Yes, I was.
A bad way to be.
I was, and I was getting minimal sleep too. So not only was I smashing myself with cardio and hardly eating, then I was getting maybe 5 hours sleep because then I was waking up at 4:30 to go do PT.
Yeah.
I was doing classes at night, then teaching, and just running myself into the ground.
Oh, you poor thing. It reminds me, because I used to do that as well. And did you feel consumed? I used to feel really consumed by food. I was always thinking about it. So I was thinking about the food I was eating during the week, and then I'd be thinking about the weekend when I would binge.
I wasn't really because I was super disciplined. I was eating what I was being told to eat. So the PT I had at the time, it was all bags of steamed vegetables for morning tea. I would have them for lunch, and then I would have a snack was shaved ham, and then it was progressively he was no, you can't have that, you can't eat that. And you do, you think about it constantly, and then it's only I can't remember what I was saying, but I binged out on more bread, I guess, more carbs.
Yeah, you love your bread, don't you?
I love
yeah. Who doesn't love sourdough? It's amazing.
I'm a bread enthusiast. I love it.
And I think it's incredible. So many women will, do these restrictive diets, and yes, they work initially. You're right, and you do lose weight, but you develop all these issues, like you said, poor digestion, the gas, the sleep.
I also became I just became obsessive with the scales.
Mm.
I was weighing myself, not only because the trainer would weigh me every week, and then if I gained weight, it was like, well, what have you been doing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but I was weighing myself like every day, constantly, to the point where it was obsessive.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see how, like, when you do these things, I used to be the same. Every day I'd weigh myself every day. 62.5 was the number. If I was above 62.5, the world was ending. Yeah. Wow.
So my goal was to get to 60, and it was just like a progressive. Like if I gained weight, it was like, okay, well, obviously I, ate too much, and I was already eating like 1,200.
Yeah. It's like, how can you eat less? Yeah. Can you do more cardio, please?
Yeah, so then you would go and smash yourself even more, like, and the effects of how you then make yourself feel when you don't go, that's almost more damaging than the restriction of the food is. You beat yourself up. So
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank God that we found you.
I'm just so glad I just decided to take the plunge and do when it came up, because I was already stalking your NuStrength page.
And you knew Karen, obviously. Yeah.
So I think I joined through her, and I was just stalking the page and just seeing what was out there. And I like to read a bit of stuff. And when WInAtLife came up, I was like, oh well,
I'll give it a go.
Well, I've just been kind of smashing myself for like the last 7 months.
What more can I? Yeah.
So yeah.
So all right, cool. So let's talk about where you're at now, what the changes you've seen, and what you're doing now, and how you're feeling.
Well, I'm definitely eating more than 1,200 calories. That's for sure.
Well, you're at 23, I think. We were just talking about before. I think we're going to up it again, aren't we? Aren't we? Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Bloody kitty, she's always trying to make me eat more fucking food.
I do what I'm told.
Sometimes after a few weeks of arguing with me, you and Ali.
The teachers make the worst students.
I know. The problem children that I love, though. You're not really problems. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I like it that you ask questions. So yeah, talk about where you are now. So 2,300 calories, training 3 days a week, deadlifting like a boss.
So that alone has pretty much given me a life back. I still play indoor netball on a Monday night, but that's just for
fun.
Really.
Yeah.
And like, because I was like, in previous, I was training the Tuesday and the Thursday morning, and then I was going Tuesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and then a double class on a Saturday, to now just doing only 3 sessions. And that's the time alone that I've got back is huge. And the food is, well, there's no restriction. Like you're just eating good food. You're not on, and sometimes people go, oh, what can you eat in your diet? I'm like, it's not a diet. I'm not on a diet. I'm just eating food that is actually good food. And and it just fills you, and you feel like you're satisfied.
Yeah.
You don't need to be smashing, and binge eating and things like that. So,
and how's your digestion now?
Oh, pretty much as soon as I cut out the vegetables, 2 weeks later, I noticed a huge difference. It was bad. Like, I was super gassy. And not to mention too that I thought it was totally normal to only pretty much have a bowel movement twice a week. I thought that was normal. And so my husband was like, yeah, no, that's not normal. And I was like, no, you're not normal because you're going all the time, like every day. And he's like, no, that is normal. So I thought that just totally blew my mind. So as soon as I cut the vegetables out of the steam, like the bag vegetables that I was eating, I wasn't gassy at all. And then all the bowel movements became regular, almost, within the 2 weeks.
It's amazing, eh?
It's
incredible. I know. It's like blows your mind. You're like, I remember when I first started, I was like, this is like witchcraft. What is this witchcraft?
And like people do like go on like, oh, you got to be healthy, you got to eat your vegetables, but that's just because that's what everyone's always said. So it's not until you start to research and read and look at the actual effects of those. It's crazy. So.
And how is your body changing? Because, you know, like when you came to the gym the other day, I was like, look at that big ass. Look at that. Like you really showed, like you really, like you look like you lift now, you know, like you really look athletic, I think anyway. You're wearing your little shorts. We tricked you into wearing.
Yes, I'm aware of that once I arrived. I think too, for me, it's still like hard because it's really hard to see the changes in yourself sometimes until you really look at pictures. That's why I think it's really great that you take progress shots at the beginning and you do track, because sometimes it's hard to notice. And like because I'd already lost the weight before I started, I was just like, I just looked like someone who had lost weight. Like there was no definition.
Skinny. Yeah, no definition. Yeah, you were soft. You were soft. I remember when you first came over, and then when you came over the next, like, it's been a while, I'm like, wow, like your arm, like you've got muscle.
Yeah, my arms, I've definitely noticed it in my arms. More definition in my arms and my legs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it. I do feel, and I feel a lot better. Like I don't feel like even before I started at WInAtLife, I felt really tired, and like I know I wasn't getting much sleep, but I just felt really like it was like I was falling asleep, you know, in meetings and things like that. So now I don't feel like that. I feel more energized.
Yeah.
But I have noticed it in my I feel more athletic.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what I was aiming for as well.
Yeah.
I didn't just want to be skinny. I wanted to have some sort of tone to my body.
Yeah. And have that nice big round butt.
Yes.
Awesome. So, do you ever like, it's so funny. Sometimes I'll sit there and I'll think about like what it would be like to go back to how I did it before. Can you even imagine going back to what you did before? Like ever living that life again?
Oh, no way. I get to like, I put in my breakfast when I track my breakfast and it's up to like over 600 calories. I'm like, oh my God, like I used to
half a day.
That's like half the intake I used to have. And
it blows your mind, eh?
For breakfast. And then, I'm constantly eating. Like when I pack my lunch for school, I'm like, there's no way. Like before it would be like, oh, there's your kangaroo and there's your vegetables. I know, so disgusting.
I can't ever eat kangaroo again now. I was the same. I ate it for like so long. Now I just can't even look at it.
I ate it for a while and then it was, I even ate it past once I'd finished with the trainer because I didn't know that's it. I didn't have the education. And so I kept on doing what I've been doing for the past 10 months to try and just basically maintain what I had lost. So I was doing the same thing. It just got to the point when I think I had started with you guys and I was doing that, just tracking for the 4 days. And I just reached the point where it was almost like subconsciously I knew that I was going to be not eating that. And I remember the last time I had it at school and I took one bite and I was just like, I just can't even do it. I can't. I would rather starve. I couldn't do it. And so now I'm like, nah.
Give me all the food.
No, just give me real food. Give me lamb. Give me beef. But yeah, like I do often think eating 1,200 calories. There's no way.
No, it's crazy, eh? And talk about some of the food you're eating now. Deliciousness.
Don't be eating like real butter.
Oh, I know, so good.
My husband was super excited about that too. Like beef and chicken and cheese.
Sourdough, the best.
Yeah. Sorry, I should say
potatoes.
And then eggs. Love eggs.
Juice, orange juice. I love orange juice.
Yeah, orange
ice
juice.
Cream.
Oh yeah, ice cream every night and brownie every night.
Oh, because you've got the good brownie recipe. I'm gonna have to make that, eh? I need to get it. It's on the list.
I'm a religious brownie eater. It's it's almost like the first thing I put in when I track.
Because you're like, it's got to be in. It's got to be in. Can you believe that you eat chocolate brownie and ice cream?
With the licked chocolate ice cream too, because I've just tried that this week and that's really good.
Yeah.
But not even, like I was laughing to myself and I'm thinking, I think it was the other night and I was like, oh, I've been such a good girl today. I get 100 grams of ice cream and chocolate brownie. I'm thinking there is no way I would have been eating like this. And it was just because of what I'd eaten previously in that day.
Yeah.
That I had to try
a bit more fat. Yeah.
that. And I'm like, I just kept on adding ice cream to my track. And I'm like, yes, 100 grams. This is awesome.
Because it's so rich too, that ice cream. Like 100 grams is heaps. And then with I've got to make this. I might make the brownie today. Actually, I'll make it on the this week's episode of Fucking Easy Food Prep. Because I was thinking about what I was going to make, and I've never made that.
I make a double. I do like a double batch it, so it fills the tray better.
I think I'll do it your recipe though, the one, because you've amended the one in the book. Hey, you amended. Yeah. I might do your one.
I just added more butter.
I'll dedicate it to you, Andrea. I'll be like, this is the Andrea Lisle special brownie. Good one. I'll do that today. Actually, I'll do that today.
Yeah, so it is good. So yeah, like all of that, and then fruit as well. I wasn't a huge fruit eater. That's actually one thing. Like when I was thinking about when I started at WInAtLife, what I'm eating now, there's actually so many foods that I've tried for the first time. You
and your bloody fruit. Remember how you were like me and Mia?
I didn't even. I had to ask them, this is how you cut. This is how you cut. Like, what does a peach taste like? Like, I've just avoid it because I'm just not really one to really experiment and try. Like,
and obviously, everyone told you that fruit was bad. You know, you can't eat fruit; it's too full of sugar.
It's too full of sugar, and I think too that you start to learn what doesn't make you feel very well. So I was having pineapple, and I started to learn really quickly that was actually upsetting my stomach. So I had to go and try other fruits. And even fish, I avoided that for ages. I finally did try the liver.
Impressed. So impressed. Just such a high achiever, aren't you? You and Alison, eventually.
Eventually.
It's got to be a while. I'm like a nagging mother. Have you done the
We argue for a bit.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have, heaps of different foods, but just normal foods. Like pretty much the foods that I was eating pre going on my 12
crazy diet.
But obviously looking more into what foods are better and ones that don't have crap in them.
Yeah, like listening to your body. No, that's awesome. So probably a couple of the big objections we get with women when they're coming into the program is the first one is money. So, you know, like they're like, oh, I don't know if I can afford to invest that in myself. What would you say to a woman who was thinking that? Like, is this worth investing in yourself?
Oh, definitely. Like, I will admit, like, I'm a tight ass. And so when and my husband, not so much. And so when I said it to him, I was like, oh, you know, blah, blah. And he's like, but what's the alternative? You know, you feel like crap. You know, you think crap thoughts about yourself. So, you know, all you do is you just rationalize it. Well, you think about how many coffees you buy in a week, you know, takeaway coffees, and you just, you know, if you can't afford it,
just
adjust. And so, I'm lucky that he was just like, well, just, you know, go and do it. But I just think, you know, what better investment in yourself? Is, you know, for yourself, for, you know, your kids, if you have kids, your partner. I just think it's such a dangerous spiral when you think so poorly of yourself and when you're living restricted.
And you're just angry because you're not eating food. And your husband's probably like, I can't have you going back to that being so angry, you know? And the other one is time. Like they're like, I'm too busy to do this.
Oh, everyone's busy. I love that. I'm so busy. Everyone's busy.
Yeah.
You know, that's just life. You just have to, I think it's 3 days. Like I think what I was doing was far surpassed that. And you just have to make the time. Sit down and look at, you know, your schedule, your day, and make the time, because you have to invest in yourself. I think it's really important.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Andrea. And if you're a woman and you're watching this and you're stuck, you don't want to eat chicken, or not chicken, sorry, kangaroo, and
you want to eat chicken?
You want to eat real fucking food again, and you want to actually build a body you love and break free from restrictive dieting, click on the link below, put in an application to work with us. We'll jump on the phone. We'll see where you are now, see where you're at, see where you want to be, and whether or not, you know, we can help you. And obviously you get to hang out with the lovely Andrea because she's still in the program.
I'm still doing it.
She's still here. Thank you so much, Andrea, and I will see you next week on the group calls.